Hey guys, welcome to On My Shelf. Today I'm talking about two early readers that are full of personality. If you're not as entrenched in the kidlit world as I am, you might be wondering what early readers are. Early readers are a bridge between picture books and middle grade readers. They're sometimes referred to as chapter books. There's some debate as to what characteristics these books have, but here's how I usually distinguish them. Early readers are closer to picture books with not a whole lot of text, but more than what would be found in a picture book. Chapter books sometimes have pictures and sometimes don't. Jadon Toussaint, The Greatest, Episode 3, The Muffin Wars, by Marty Dumas, definitely fell into the early reader category for me, with charming illustrations and simple language that an emerging reader would understand. This was the first of the Jadon Toussaint books that I read, and I was immediately hooked. Jadon has a great personality and is so fun to get to know throughout the book. In episode 3 of the Jadon Toussaint series, Jadon's cousin, Muffin, is coming to visit. He's excited, but the problem is she's just as awesome as he is, maybe even more so. He feels a little threatened by her awesomeness, actually. So he sets out to try to prove that he's better at something than she is. The Muffin Wars is full of humor, personality, and wisdom. I think early readers will identify with Jadon in his quest to be the best at everything, and in the lesson he ultimately learns, which I'm not going to tell you. Spoilers. The Lemonade War by Jacqueline Davies is a chapter book for readers a little farther along on the reading scale than Dumas's Jadon Toussaint series. The Lemonade War is actually a book I picked up because my 9-year-old read it in class last year, and he put all of Davies' other books in this series on his summer reading list this year. So I wanted to find out what had drawn him so deeply into the series. And once I read The Lemonade Wars, it was easy to see. The book is about a brother and sister duo, Jesse and Evan, who are out for the last days of their summer break. Evan is mad at Jesse for a reason that she can't understand. The book is told from both of their points of view, so we get to understand what she doesn't. And the reason he's mad is that Jesse is skipping the 3rd grade and will be joining his 4th grade class once school starts. So now he's afraid that she's going to embarrass him, but not for the reasons you might think. And I'm not going to give away any spoilers again. So instead of joining together to sell lemonade, Jesse and Evan have a war. Whoever makes the most money at a lemonade stand will get to take the other's money. The book is full of their efforts to create a successful lemonade stand. I love that the Lemonade Wars was full of marketing and business advice that kids used for their entrepreneurial effort. I also love that Jesse and Evan were entrepreneurial kids. You don't see this a whole lot, and now I understand why my son wants to do a lemonade stand, or an art stand, or a selling Minecraft ideas stand every day. It's encouraging for kids to read about other kids who are taking initiative and creating their own businesses. What I loved most about the Lemonade Wars was the bond between Jesse and Evan, even though the whole premise of the novel is that they're fighting. But even in their fighting, it's clear to see that they care about each other. They have a competition that actually serves to bring out the creative side of both of them and helps them realize that even though they may have completely different abilities and strengths, they're still valuable to the world. Here's my favorite line from the book. On good days, Jesse's mom called her persistent. On bad days, she told her she just didn't know when enough was enough. I love this because it sounds a whole lot like my 9-year-old. I hope you enjoyed these book recommendations. Be sure to visit racheltolson.com to see some of my best book recommendations and to get a free book from my own starter library. If you have any books you recently read that you think I'd enjoy, leave them in the comments and I'll add them to my list. For more On My Shelf, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.